The shrine of Khawaja Abdullah Ansari, may Allah have mercy on him. O Lord! Grant me a pure heart and an awakened soul. Grant me the sighs of night and the tears of dawn. On your path, first free me from myself. And when I am freed from myself, guide me from you to you. Herat is one of the most ancient cities of Afghanistan, and throughout history has been regarded as a great cradle of civilization, literature, art, and Sufism. Over thousands of years, this city has shone with the light of knowledge, mysticism, and architecture. Especially during the Timurid period, Herat became a brilliant center of Islamic civilization. Attracting mystics, poets, and masters of art from all corners of the world. At the heart of this beautiful and historic land, a shining star of Sufism emerged. Khawaja Abdullah Ansari, may Allah have mercy on him, who expressed the deepest secrets of the human heart through the language of mysticism. The life and status of Khawaja Abdullah Ansari. Khawaja Abdullah Ansari, R.A., was a descendant of Abu Ayyub al-Ansari, the noble companion of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and one of the most prominent figures of Islam. He was born in 396 AH, 1006 CE, in Khawaja of Herat. He was a great scholar of Sufism, mysticism, hadith, Quranic exegesis, and supplication, widely known as Pir of Herat. In 481 AH, 1089 CE, he departed from this transient world in the Goran area of Herat, and his grave became a major center of spirituality and devotion.
These are
from the deeds of one of the noble companions of Muhammad Mustafa, peace be upon him. He was born in Khawaja of Herat in the year 394 AH and passed away in 481 AH. He is buried in Gozarga Sharif, a place to which he was deeply attached. At that time, Gozarga Sharif was covered with forests, and he loved this place and spent much of his time there. Afterwards, his revered sheikh, teacher, and spiritual mentor also came to Gozarga Sharif, together with Khawaja Abdullah. When that great sheikh passed away, he too was buried in the same place. Gozarga is a historically significant location that carries great value and meaning. Before the burial of Khawaja Abdullah Ansari and his respected teacher, Gozarga was an unknown and nameless area. After they were buried there, many great personalities, mystics, scholars, artists, men of culture, literature, and knowledge from the province of Herat, when nearing death, would make a will requesting to be buried in Gozarga Sharif. The tomb of Khawaja Abdullah Ansari, which is well known to everyone, is located in the Gozarga area. The word Gozarga itself means washing or purification. In the past, followers of Sufism who came to visit Khawaja Abdullah would wash themselves and cleanse their Sufi garments in this place. Thus, the word Gozarga also carries the meaning of purification. At the same time, Gozarga also means battlefield, because in the 9th century CE, some conflicts were carried out here and the dead bodies were buried in the 7 wells, which became known as Haft Cha, 7 wells.
From an early age, Ansari was exceptionally intelligent, gentle in nature, and endowed with remarkable talent. He turned to poetry in both Persian and Arabic. Mastering prose and verse in both languages, he was particularly distinguished in the science of hadith, where he attained great authority. Ansari studied Sufism and spirituality under numerous teachers. He was honored twice with meeting the great mystic Sheikh Abu al-Hasan Karakani, R.A. These encounters had a profound impact on his spirit, character, and mystical path. Most of his life was spent in Herat, where he continuously devoted himself to the guidance, education, preaching, and spiritual training of people until the end of his life. A large number of poetic and prose works have survived from Khawaja Abdullah Ansari, written in elegant, rhythmic, and refined prose. Like Quranic commentary, Tafsir, Munajatnama, Book of Supplications, Zad al-Arifin, Kanz al-Salikin, Kalandarnama, Mahabbatnama, Haftisar, Risalat-e-Dil Wajan, Treatise of the Heart and Soul, Risalat-e-Waradat, Ilahinama, Sad Maidan, 100 Fields, and Musabatnama.
Khawaja Abdullah Ansari left behind many valuable works including a Quranic interpretation as well as literary and mystical writings. One of his famous works is Zambal-e-Kalam, a highly valuable collection compiled by his students from his spoken teachings. He also authored other important works. Khawaja Abdullah is especially famous for his book Munajatnama, Book of Supplications. Almost every household in Afghanistan possesses a copy of this book, also known as Ilahinama. O God, you created freely. You granted sustenance freely. Forgive us freely. For you are the Creator, not a traitor.
All of these works reflect the depth of his mystical thought, the purity of his heart, the sweetness of his language, and the artistic greatness of his pen. However, his Munajatnama stands as such a profound example. Only increased with the passage of time. Without exaggeration, it can be said that this work is found in almost every household.
One of his most famous and well-known works is the book Munajatnama, Ilahinama. Khawaja Abdullah says, O God, you are the observer, what should I say? You are fully aware, what should I seek? That mirror in which you are manifest. How can I speak of separation from you? And he also says, O God, whomever you wish to cast down, place them against us.
This great scholar and mystic is not renowned only in Afghanistan. Rather, in many parts of the world, the lamps of his knowledge, scholarship, and spiritual influence are lit in the hearts of people.
The personality of Khawaja Abdullah Ansari is recognized not only in the province of Herat, not only in Afghanistan, but worldwide as a major scholarly, literary, and mystical figure. It should be remembered that not just hundreds, but thousands of book titles based on the works, ideas, and thoughts of Khawaja Abdullah Ansari exist in Afghanistan, Pakistan, and outside Afghanistan as well. In many other countries, especially Western countries, where Orientalist scholars are active, numerous studies have been written both about Khawaja Abdullah Ansari himself and about his works, ideas, and intellectual legacy. These works can be found in Herat, Kandahar, Mazar-e-Sharif, Kabul, and in many parts of the world.
Architectural and structural features of the shrine. The shrine of Khawaja Abdullah Ansari, R.A., is an outstanding artistic monument of Timurid architecture. The structure features exquisite tilework, calligraphy, and Islamic decorative motifs, applied with exceptional delicacy and refinement. The colorful tilework on the domes, mihrabs, and gateways vividly demonstrates the mastery of Timurid craftsmen.
The art of tilework began to flourish in Herat particularly during the Timurid era, especially in the later period under Sultan Hussein Baikara and his great minister, Amir Ali Shir Nava'i. During this time, Tilework reached a level of excellence that was unparalleled in the world. This type of tile has a uniqueness and fame that has no equal, and unfortunately, today this art is in decline and deterioration. During the Timurid period, however, this industry made remarkable progress. For example, the shrine of Shahi Walayat in Mazar-e Sharif features Timurid-era tiles. The Great Mosque of Herat also uses this form of tile work, and most Timurid-era architectural masterpieces in Herat and its surroundings incorporate this art. It is considered one of the great industries and artistic achievements of that era.
On another side of the shrine, a beautiful pool has been constructed. With a depth of approximately 5 meters, the pool is adorned with fine tile work, further enhancing the beauty of the shrine, alongside its spiritual ambience. It is also considered a symbol of purity and natural clarity.
The Nampton, Salt House, located in the western part of the historical Gozarga area, near Kanaka, is another historical structure. According to some accounts, people used to come there where a large basin existed, washing bread or food in salt water before eating. The interior contains a basin shaped like an octagon, while the exterior structure has approximately a decagonal form. These are historical sites located in the province of Herat that are both religious and spiritual, as well as historical and touristic. Tourists, especially from southern Afghanistan, travel toward Jam, where one of the spiritual guides of the Naqshbandi Sufi order is buried, and they also visit these shrines. These places have been famous and well known since ancient times.
Likewise, the shrine of Khawaja Abdullah Ansari is not merely the tomb of a mystic, rather, it represents a unified image of Herat's golden history, the perfection of Timurid architecture, the philosophy of Sufism, and the beauty of Islamic art.
Timurid art is one of the most significant artistic traditions at the regional and global level, particularly in the city of Herat. It had a profound influence on architecture, culture, poets, and writers, as well as on painting, carving, and calligraphy. Among the most famous artists of that era was Master Kamal al-Din Behzad, who lived during the reign of Sultan Hussein Baikara. Many of his works have survived around the world, and some of them have received awards of millions of dollars internationally.
Such places are valuable not only for the spiritual devotion of pilgrims, but also as living treasures of cultural identity, historical awareness, and artistic preservation. Every brick of the shrine carries a prayer, every mihrab reflects mysticism, and every tile is a lasting imprint of a Timurid-era artist whose hands gave color to history. The significance of the shrine of Khawaja Abdullah Ansari is not limited solely to being the resting place of a great mystic. Within its grounds, many other mystics, scholars, learned men, and spiritual leaders also rest in eternal peace. All of them were stars of knowledge, spirituality, and mysticism who illuminated the name of Herat, not only regionally, but throughout the cultural and spiritual history of Afghanistan. Before the burial of Khawaja Abdullah Ansari, this area known as Gozarga was an unnamed and obscure place. With his burial, its importance rose so greatly that other mystic, scholars, and distinguished figures of Herat would leave instructions in their wills to be buried in the same Gozarga. This shrine is a sanctuary of faith and love for pilgrims. Every day, hundreds of people come here for prayer, vows, and visitation. Especially on Thursdays and Fridays the crowds become exceptionally large.
Any historical creation that is unique, artistically distinctive, and possesses special characteristics can attract a large number of tourists and visitors. The architectural and artistic features of the Mausoleum of Khawaja Abdullah Ansari are among the most important innovations of their era and were uniquely associated with specific individuals. Alongside this mausoleum, there are other important tombs, including the famous seven-style stone, Sang-e Haft Kalam, which strongly attracts tourists and visitors. Through such cultural and historical heritage, the state can generate significant tourism revenue.
This shrine is a shared source of pride for all Afghans as a cultural heritage site. Its preservation is not only the responsibility of the people of Herat, but of the entire nation, because this place is a collective mirror of knowledge, mysticism, literature, and art, in which the history of Afghanistan shines. The Shrine of Khawaja Abdullah Ansari, R.A., is a shining lamp of Herat's golden civilization. This sacred site presents a harmonious blend of spirituality, art, and history. Its graceful domes, exquisite tilework, the historic Namkden, and the delicate artistry of the pool all testify that Herat is not merely a city but a living book of civilization. The Mausoleum of Khawaja Abdullah Ansari, R.A., is a sanctuary for hearts that thirst for purification through mysticism and seek peace for the human soul. Nighttime beauty. The shrine does not shine only in daylight. At night, illuminated by lights, it appears even more breathtaking, so radiant that the night resembles day. The glow of the lamps, the reflection of light upon the domes, and the deep, silent stillness of the space create a spiritual beauty that frees the visitor from the constraints of time. Night reveals the shrine's second face of beauty, a face that touches the deepest strings of the heart. The Ministry of Information and Culture of the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan is making continuous efforts to protect historical monuments. The Shrine of Khawaja Abdullah Ansari, R.A., is one example of these initiatives. As part of Afghanistan's living history, plans, restorations, and practical steps are being undertaken to preserve this site so that future generations may also benefit from its beauty and spiritual purity. On the path of God, two Kaaba are attained. One is the Kaaba of form, and the other the Kaaba of the heart. As long as you are able, visit the hearts of people. For one heart is worth more than 1,000 Kaaba.